By the 1970s, Jamaica had long established itself as a country that was too big for its little self. Hi, this is Bob with Wake Up and Live. For a little country, Jamaica has had a series of accomplishments that has made it a hallmark on the world stage for a country of our size. A little country with less than 3 million people, yet we've had a remarkable impact on the world itself. Take a look, for example, at the Haitian Revolution. Maroon voodoo priest traveled to Haiti. A maroon voodoo priest named Duty Bookman traveled to Haiti and was instrumental in the formation of the Haitian Revolution. We've had the Pan-Africanist, the father of Pan-Africanism, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who's instrumental in coordinating the freedom and the liberation overall of black people in the Caribbean, in South America, in Canada, United States, in Europe. During this period, Norman Manley, a lawyer, career lawyer, and a premier politician of Jamaica, who was instrumental in laying the foundation for Jamaica's independence that we now celebrate from England. We can argue that it's not totally an independence that we have, but he was instrumental in creating that foundation that led to that independence. Dudley Thompson, a career diplomat, politician, and lawyer, who actually was instrumental in his work in the East Africa. Actually spoke Swahili fluently, and his work in East Africa, where he actually represented popular people such as Jomo Kenyatta in his fight for colonial liberation from England. His work is well known in Kenya and Tanzania, actually on the East Coast. He's a hallmark there in that part of the world. Jamaica, by the way, was one of the people on the forefront, a dominant, popular forefront runner in the non-aligned movement that aligned itself with African states that were actually trying to get their independence from England and get their independence also from Western, from the Western neo-colonialism that was threatening to take hold right after colonialism was actually officially kicked out. That part that Jamaica played actually in the non-aligned movement is what actually got Jamaica in trouble with the United States during the 1970s, where the United States actually propped up opposition to the then Prime Minister and destabilized Jamaica's economy, almost dumped us into a full-blown civil war, which we've never quite recovered from, because today we experience a sort of separation by political parties in Jamaica. We should have had rather a reconciliation movement to actually reconcile the differences that actually occurred during that time. But because many politicians did not want to admit to the unholy alliances that we formed with the United States in destabilizing, sabotaging and destabilizing the country in the 70s, we did not go through that reconciliation hearing. What that left us with is a funny kind of party division in Jamaica, where politicians, believe it or not, people take political sides so deeply that a JLP person at one point would only drink Heineken because of the green bottle. I'm wearing a green shirt, no point intended. It doesn't mean anything. And PNP would only drink from the red stripe beer, which was a darker version, which is more aligned with the PNP colors. All right. But since that time, we've overcome much of that obstacle, and we struggle along. We've impacted the world in music. For example, we see where people like Millie Small have moved off to England and have changed the music scene in England with her #1 hit, "My Boy Lollipop," which changed music in England forever. We see Arabella Fonte, who've done major work in the United States in music, in civil rights activism also, but we're talking about music, and I've actually created a genre, I believe is called a folk rock in the United States, which is actually created from Arabella Fonte's folk songs of Jamaica. All right, we see people like Bob Marley, major singers, dancehall artists, and so forth. And incidentally, it's the dancehall movement in Jamaica that actually influenced the formation of what we now know as hip hop or rap music in the United States. Rap music was born in the Bronx among Jamaicans in the Bronx. Not saying Jamaicans started rap music, but they were instrumental in the form of voicing over records and scratch and all of that. Those things are recorded history. Jamaica's role in the formation of rap music. Right? Athletes, we've always had athletes. Even Norman Manley himself was an excellent athlete. Donald Quarry, Merlin Arty. We see the likes of Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell and Shelley and Fraser and all those athletes. Tremendous athletes would make really major movement in boxing. Lennox Lewis, for one. Michael McCollum were notable people in boxing also. We see in beauty pageants, Jamaica consistently have had #1 beauty pageants over the years. We've turned out some of the most beautiful in terms of their whatever qualities they're looking for, and very intelligent, well representing beauty pageants. Art and culture, we see where our reggae music actually now in many forms stand as almost national music for many countries in Africa, like the Gambia. The Gambia is called Little Jamaica. It's like their national songs are primarily dancehall music. They have their own local version, but it's dancehall music. We see where territories of the United States like Puerto Rico and many Latin countries now have ascribed to what we call reggaeton, which is the Latin version of reggae. So you see the impact that we've had on the world in that sense. But today, patriotism in Jamaica is as high as it has ever been. We have our struggles, we have our separation, and we've had much growth to show at the same time. There are a lot more growth that I would prefer to see than actually is existing there, because politics and corruption sometimes can take a toll on us. We're not the only country with that issue, but it must be highlighted that is one of the setbacks for us. But we've made tremendous strides, much more than I can ever highlight here. And for a country of 3 million or less people, we are very influential in the world. There's not a person on the face of the earth who does not know Jamaica or know the black, green, and gold flag when they see it. All right. So I want to end by saying, God bless Jamaica land we love, and we're little but we talawa, and we are the country that is too big for our little self. Thank you again for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my video. Thanks for staying with me. As you can see in the background, it's a stormy day. Hurricane Isaias is actually coming right up just about now, and I have to close down this video because the water is coming in on me. Thanks again for watching.